Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CXRX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this may look like several days worth of time right there, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and helps making out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. And especially in this one, makes the setup and kind of a very interesting setup, I think very, very kind of in your face. So quickly, just a little recap, not trying to state the obvious, rub salt in anyone's wounds, but a very nasty day. The price, gapped down. And, after the gap down, the price essentially went sideways for the remainder of the day, which is a nice little sign of bullishness. If you've been around long enough, I'm sure you've seen a stock where it's gapped down. And then after the gap down, the price just continues to drift down and down and down for the remainder of the day. That was not the case here. Yeah, it was a nasty day, and I fully realized that, if you bought before today, then there's really nothing bullish that I can say about this chart. So any time that I'm using bullish or implying anything bullish, just keep in mind I'm talking about that from the frame point of, after today's price, open. So yeah, the price got beat down, but then it essentially went sideways. And that's where I want to circle back to, these 30-minute candles, each one of these representing 30 minutes. Why am I bringing that up again? Well, check out the final 30 minutes of the day. In the world of charts, we would call that a hammer candle. And on top of that, check out all the volume that happened during that final 30 minutes. So big volume, hammer candle. I wish the markets had guarantees, and I wish the market was as easy as saying that, hey, because a hammer candle formed on big volume, the price is for sure going to bounce, guaranteed. Can't say that, but would I be shocked to see some sort of, bounce tomorrow? I would not be shocked at all. But also, a bounce is not the same as a reversal. So if I'm saying bouncing, that doesn't mean that I'm saying this thing is headed up to $3.40 tomorrow. But, some sort of even just a dead cat bounce, yeah, that would not be shocking at all. So if the price does start to bounce, I do want to map out a couple potential battlegrounds of resistance. That first area of resistance, if you're watching level 2 today, then I'm sure you noticed that whenever the price got right up around the 207 mark, could never quite push through. So 207 is definitely, that initial area. Again, I can late morning, early afternoon, quite a bit of history right there. If the price can push through that, the next level of resistance, keep an eye on up there at about $2.27. So just an interesting day in and of itself today because of all the volume and the gap down. But that final 30 minutes creates quite the type setup. So we'll see what happens with it. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.